Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Jen Crowley the Art Gal here, and I have my pigeon earrings on. Oh, can you see them? So that can only mean one thing. We are talking about birds today, and more specifically, bird nests. Today's going to be a fun one, so stick around.
Jen Crowley the Art Gal, teaching kids at...
This project is a special one because you can use just about anything you have around your house. I'm going to be using a piece of paper for my background, some scrap papers for my pile, a piece of paper towel. I have a piece of painted paper left over from a different project. I have some crayons. You'll need scissors, a couple of markers, possibly a pencil. I found some washi tape I might throw in. I have a brown paper bag from Brahms. You can literally use anything. Pieces of ribbon, old paper bags like I'm using, tinsel from your Christmas tree, really anything you can find around your house you can add into this project, which makes it really special. This picture that I have up on the screen is actually from a friend of mine. She is a part of an organization that watches and counts birds to keep up with the count and make sure that there's enough of the right kinds of birds in our area. So this is a picture of a nest that was used last year, and she cleaned out the nesting box, and it's just all the different things that they found around her area to make their nest. So I just think that's so cool. I also have this template available on our website. There's a mama bird and a baby bird and an egg in case you want to use any of these to cut and color out and add into your nest. Today's project is a fun one because we really get to use your creativity and your imagination to make your nest however you want. So I actually have some metallic crayons, these right here, and a few bold and bright crayons. If you don't have these kinds of crayons, regular crayons absolutely will work. These just add a little extra if you have them. So what we're going to start with first is drawing our nest. So I'm starting with just a regular brown crayon. You can use really any shade of brown or even a different color if you wanted. And I'm just drawing a big circle over and over. I'm going to come in with my other crayons or other colors just to add more detail, more interest, so it's not all the same. Birds like sparkly things, so that's why I'm adding in my metallic crayons, because if I was a bird, I would want a sparkly nest. I don't know about you. Let's see, one more. I'm going to color in the whole circle here in the middle. And this part is going to be covered with other things and with the egg, so it does not have to be perfect or neat. Okay, now the fun part. I have a piece of paper towel that I've colored on with a marker. I have just a regular piece of paper I'm going to color. I like adding colored pieces of paper into mine because they kind of match the eggs then. But the trick that I do is taking a piece of paper and just tear off a scrap, and then I color over it with a little bit of marker. Again, this does not have to be neat. It can absolutely be messy, and it just helps it to look a little more worn in or blended when I'm adding it to my nest. So I'm just going to cut some strips of this paper, and I'll show you the difference. So here's my paper that's been colored, right? I'm going to fold it up, give it a little scrunch, and when I lay it down in my nest, it kind of blends in a little better. Let me show you on this side. That's just the plain purple. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I did the same thing, folded it, scrunched it up. It sticks out quite a bit. It looks like a big purple blob, which is fine, but I wanted mine to blend in a little more. So I colored them. If you want your nest to be super bright and colorful, then by all means, you should absolutely do that. I like mine to have a little bit of color and a little bit of matching color. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to add some more paper scraps. I'm going to tear up a little bit of my paper towel, maybe even my painted paper that I have back here, which is again just a piece of paper that's been painted with paint. So I'm going to gather up a few supplies, crumple up some paper, and we'll be back in a second to see how it looks. So as you can see, I have a bunch of little pieces of paper, my colored paper. I just ripped up parts of my paper bag. I shredded up my paper towel that I colored. And then I have my washi tape that we'll add in a second. So now is the fun part. You get to just take all your little bits and scraps and glue them into your project. And the only thing I mentioned that earlier, you do need a glue stick. So you get to just take your little scraps and glue them into your project. And I would suggest that you do it randomly. Don't have a plan or like sit and think about where you're going to put them. Just pick something up and stick it down. And then at the end, after everything's glued in, then you can look at it and decide if you need to add something more or change something. But I would encourage you to make this this one doesn't want to stick, as random and haphazard as possible. So don't plan it out, don't think about it. Just add your pieces. Go where the wind takes you. Get everything smushed in there. I'm going to pop up a picture of a bird's nest from this year that my friend sent me. And if you look closely, it's not very neat. There's all kinds of stuff just stuck in there. She told me that she had put out some cushioning from a chair that had ripped. The squirrels had gotten into it and started to tear it up. And so the birds were trying to take it and put it in their nest, but they couldn't. The pieces were too big. So she helped them out and ripped up some of the cushion for them and left it out in her lawn. And they absolutely came and picked it up and brought it to their nest. Depending upon where you live, there's different kinds of birds in everyone's region. And the birds that are by us, where we live, that my friend took pictures of, are mockingbirds. So this is a picture of the baby mockingbird eggs and then the babies after they've hatched. And mockingbirds make their nests in trees. And the other bird that she sent me a picture of, they make their nests in like enclosed spaces. So she has a special box that she bought, that she put up, that they build their nests in. And she does that as part of the program to help count and see how many kinds of that bird are in our area. I think my nest is good for now, and I'm going to start adding my eggs. I want to add, let's see, maybe I'll add 4 eggs. I can use my template and cut out my little egg to help me trace it on my paper and help me get the right size. But I think for right now, I'm just going to freehand it. And then if it's too big, I can always trim it down. So if you want all of your eggs to be uniform, then definitely use the template. Otherwise, just go for it. Let's see, do I want 4 or 5 eggs? I don't know. That's more of a circle than an egg. See if I can fix it. Not really. We'll tuck that one underneath. I'm going to add 1 more egg, but this egg, I'm going to draw a little line on it like it's starting to crack open. Just a little zigzag line. Like this baby is getting ready to hatch. Maybe the other ones are just a few days behind. Let's put that one right in front. Oh yeah. And I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to add some dots to the eggs. Nice little speckled eggs. I think I want to add 1 more color. You can decorate your eggs however you like. Maybe you want to leave them plain. You want to add polka dots like me. Whatever you think. They're your baby eggs. I'm going to go over this line in this marker. And I think I want to add the mama bird here on the side, so I'm going to cut her out. I got my mama bird all colored in, and I colored her in with just a regular blue, and then I used my metallic blue to color in her wing and her tail to make her look a little extra special. Now my background is also blue, so I think I'm going to glue her maybe right here. So she's watching over her eggs. Or I guess at this point, our eggs. Glue that down a little better. Put a little glue on her. And glue her into my project. See, and that's why at the beginning I said the middle didn't really matter because it's all covered up. But there we go. That is my spring nest with my mama bird and her babies in their eggs. I love the way that my mama bird and her nest turned out. And I would encourage you to maybe look into some bird watching programs in your area. I'll see you next time, and until then, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep making art. Bye!
Jen Crowell, the art gal, fun for kids at home. Jen Crowell, the art gal, art gal, art gal, art gal. Jen Crowell, the art gal, art gal, art gal, art gal, art gal, art gal. She'll make your house a mess with paint and glitter glue, but when you clean it up, your fridge is full